Good morning to you, Grenada, and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to those of you joining us now via GBN Television and, of course, our social media platforms. I'm Janelle, and it's the Mid-Morning Buzz. Joining me virtually, I have two very distinguished gentlemen, distinguished by the fact that they've passed through one of, I call it, the best schools in Grenada. They were my neighbors for quite a while, the Presentation Brothers College. As you know, they're celebrating 75 years this year, Grenada. Quite an accomplishment. And joining me this morning via Zoom, I have Mr. George Goatee Robinson and Mr. Kemron Dufont. Welcome.
Morning, and thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to have you. Welcome to the Buzz. I know you're part of the committee that is getting ready for the celebrations. We understand you have quite a lot going on, including a rededication session this week, as well as a liturgical mass. So before we get to those, though, how has the celebrations been going?
Okay, good morning. Good morning, Sister Janelle. We have the opening ceremony the rededication on Friday, which is the 21st at 8:30 a.m. And that's the day that the school was actually opened 75 years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we actually planning for the rededication, and then we're supposed to have the opening mass, which we had to postpone. But I don't think we actually got the opportunity. Maybe we had a little glitch here. But I'd like to take the opportunity to say good morning to Mr. Jeremiah at the Presentation Brothers College. They're locked on. Our chairman, Mr. Adrian Francis, all the teachers, the parents, students, past and present, in Grenada and all over the world. We'd like to welcome you this morning to this session. And thank you very much for accommodating Presentation Brothers College here. So as you asked the question about on Friday 21st, 75 years ago, is when the school was officially opened. And I just for the record here, and that what we actually learning is that St. Joseph Convent is who actually gave Presentation Brothers College the land for us to build. At the time, St. Joseph Convent was approximately 75 years old, because I believe in 2025 we'll be celebrating 150 years. So we must thank our long-standing friends and sisters and partners, St. Joseph Convent, for making for providing this opportunity for us to celebrate today.
I knew the relationship was tight. I didn't realize it was that tight. Wonderful. So 75 years, a rededication ceremony. Why a rededication ceremony?
We see the need to actually take the opportunity to bless the school after 75 years. We want to use, and we have a year of celebrations, I must mention. So our celebrations will go from the January 21st this year to the 21st of January 2023. So as I mentioned, the rededication, as we said, just to bless the school and officially kickstart all the activities and so to celebrate the year. And we function under the theme, which is to celebrate our contribution to nation building.
Okay. Right. The new wing that was being constructed, is it completed?
It's just some final touches, but it should be open during the course of this year.
Okay. I thought it was part of the whole rededicating process.
In actual fact, it could look as part of the focus of the school. We know definitely that within most likely by the second term, that the school, it will be prepared. As you can see, the physical building, the state it is in. So as of now, we can safely say it's part of the whole PBC. The old PBC, the Brothers House, the new wings, as you would realize over the period of time, college has grown. We'll get a little bit of that just now. And so as of now, it is actually part of the physical PVC structure. So some form of rededication will be involved with that. It might have another one, but as of now, it's part of the whole PVC setting.
Okay.
Because a lot of people have seen the building, yes, might know, but in actual fact, that is physically part of the PVC today.
Okay, awesome. After 75 years, what would you say is the legacy of the school? What do you want to celebrate most?
If I could take that, Karen.
Yes, definitely.
First of all,
You're the senior one, yes.
we're representing, no. Let me just say that. We're representing the committee. There's the structure for the 75th anniversary has a management committee that has various subcommittees. For example, on here, we both past students, but we also chairing committee for example, Kellen is basically the chairman of I think it's the programs committee.
Program committee, yes.
Right. I am the chairman of the paraphernalia committee, and we have the finance committee. We have the fundraising committee. And we have great challenges for people like Kellen and I, with some of the other heads of the committees. We have some very good past students with very good records in finance and the fundraising and like. So our committee is headed by our chairman, as he said, Adrian Francis. The school is very much a part of it. We also is not the school, the past students, but very important is that of the family of the PBC, including you. That is going to be celebrating 75 years. Whoever, the families, the parents, the teachers, the present students, past students from 1947 to present students today, we are the ones who's going to be celebrating the 75th anniversary. So you would find that the school in itself, that started in 1947, if I should just quickly use me as an example of what it is that we want everyone participating. That class of 1947, the school, in actual fact, the brothers came to Grenada. There were 2 attempts, but the brothers came to Grenada when they had the full support of where there's a Catholic school, St. Joseph's Convent, and there's a lot of links between these schools, a lot of history between these schools from a religious point of view. And then it developed into the educational part that benefited Grenada so much in so many ways that I hope over throughout the celebrations, we'll really be able to get opportunities to outline all our contributions. I must also say that the families, the parents and teachers, present parents and teachers of the school, past parents and teachers of the school, they are also involved and all have been showing great interest with regards to the support of the 75th anniversary, right? We say if we go to decades, we're always looking at how our intention is, especially those first students, many or more, maybe 80 or more than 85% of them might have passed. But if they're those that are presently living, we have programs where we must involve those of some people used to call them the 46th class, but the school actually started in 1947. So you know what that means? And the 21st of January. So the brothers would have been here preparing since 1946. They would have come into the country and all the necessary, within 1 year, they were able to function. And within the 3-year cycle that we would have had, you would have started, I think they started maybe 40-something students, but within 3 years, it was more or less almost 100. They would have gone in and operating as a fully established secondary school, joining with the St. Joseph Convent, who would have been twice our age, the Grenada Boys Secondary School, who have already had the centennial and plus, and other schools, St. Joseph Convent, I suppose St. Joseph Andrew. But that is sort of where the grounding of the Presentation Brothers College really started. 21st, first group of students, and it grew as it went on. For example, if I could just quickly say, for me, Presentation College has how do I describe it? Formation. For whoever George Gotti Robinson is. There are people know George Gotti, there are people know George Gotti Robinson. But I think the PBC has, from my teenage into my adulthood, teenage, in a young adult, to adulthood, and even now as senior citizens, as a senior citizen, has played such an important role. And one of the admiration that I have for the school, we have had from the guys working on the road up to today, up to prime ministers. I don't think that we were so lucky to have a governor general. But outside of every aspect when it comes to development of the nation, I think many schools, or all the schools, may be able to boast about that. But we, as Presentation family, we're very, very proud of this, the 75th anniversary. And we're looking at having all aspects of the family life of PBC participate. And the promotions committee, the PR committee, they are doing a good job. They have started, the fact that they could have us here today. So we will be endeavoring to give all necessary information, trying to touch base with all our students, past, present, no matter whatever part of the world they are. And this is one of our aims.
Indeed. Well, after 75 years, you do have quite a lot to celebrate. Kemron, you mentioned earlier that you have a year of activities planned, a year of celebrations planned. Just briefly tell us, what are some of the activities we can look forward to in the coming year?
Yes. So, and just to add to, you asked a question about legacy earlier, just to add to what Brother Robinson mentioned, when we look at PBC legacy, we look at legacy in all facets of society, whether it be agriculture, because we are leaders. We see from our school song, it is, Guinea boys are we, it leaders we shall be. That's what most PBC boys remember. So that's just to address the question as relates to legacy. In regards to the upcoming activities, we try to make it as holistic as possible to incorporate everyone. So, and we also try to make sure we have the intergenerational gaps filled. Even on this interview today, we have the different generations represented here. So we're starting off, as mentioned, this Friday at 8:30. That's the rededication of the school. We were hoping to have an opening mass, but that we had to postpone it because of the current COVID situation. That was scheduled for Saturday at the Spice Basket. So it will be postponed to a later date. All the information we provided through the PR committee. At the end of this month, we want to do we started an actual wellness campaign. So we're making sure none of our brothers are left behind. We're going to, the persons who are the senior citizens, those who are shut in, maybe incarcerated at the different hospitals and so. So we're trying to incorporate them as much as possible, pay them a visit, and give them the necessary support. In February, we have we set up a kind of online platform whereby all our DJs and so will be able to interact and really spread the word of PBC throughout the world, which is a focus on the creative arts side of it a bit. Then we have a series of lectures and panel discussions and so that I must mention. And we know that these events will definitely happen, well, once conditions are okay with the whole COVID situation and so. So in March, we have a special focus on entrepreneurship by one of our alumni, that's Mr. Earl Braffett. So the whole focus is how can we develop entrepreneurship skills. So that will be the focus in March. And with his expertise, we try and see how we can help develop a culture, young entrepreneurs, people who are struggling to get started and so. We're trying to incorporate a lot of the current dynamics that's taking place and solve the problems. As I mentioned, we're using this year a lot to reflect, look at our current situation and the way forward. So all our activities are actually focused around those activities. And then we have sporting activities throughout the entire year. We're asking persons to come and represent the houses. We have, on the May 5th, we have the feast day of Brother Edmund Rice. And in the summertime, we have cultural and arts and FET, if it permits, and all those kind of stuff. And so, but we try to do activities locally and in the diaspora. So that's our main focus, to bring our boys together to celebrate and actually to work together to build a stronger PBC.
Okay. If you have alumni looking or families that are looking and maybe want to be part of the celebrations, how can they participate? How can they reach you and other members of the committee?
Yes, well, we have a secretariat set up, which is at the school. So most of the boys and so will know how to contact the school. We also have an email, which is pbc75@gmail.com. We are launching our website. So the website will have all the information that persons are asking. So once you go to the website, you'll know all upcoming activities and everything. And for the persons who want to contribute, we have an account set up like Greener Cooperative Bank. You could just ask for PBC 75th celebration, and we'll be using GoToFed platform for electronic donations worldwide. And we also accept in-kind contribution for persons who may have certain skill sets and so on, and they want to contribute to help develop the students, and so we accept those kind of contributions as well.
Okay, well, I'm sure we'll hear from you again as the year progresses. But people interested in attending the rededication ceremony on Friday is going to be at 8 o'clock. Where?
8:30 a.m. at Presentation Brothers College. It will be streamed virtually because we don't want a situation where too much persons go up there and then it creates a spike or so the situation. So we are following the COVID protocols as much as possible. And then, so the rededication is this Friday at the school, but it will be streamed online.
Okay, fantastic.
If I could just add, I mean, it's very important. We have started based on we have to ensure part of the legacy of this celebrations is that of setting up a database. At the 60th anniversary, we did make some progress, but we had encountered with regards to what has happened in having that. It was, let me just say, we have some information, but at the 75th, we were hoping to capture as many people. There is a registration form on the website. There's a committee that is set up and it's out there. We are appealing to all students from those from the beginning up to the present students. We need to have you registered. The first with the information, and it's basic information. When would you have entered the PBC? When would you have left? At least we would have some idea of all the students. We do not want to leave anyone out. There's an appeal to, for example, the younger folks who might have heard about an uncle or an aunt, or that we won't reach. There are people who are not on the social media platforms, who basically listen to radio, and some who actually have been trying and speaking to people that didn't hear, or by the way, hear about it, the celebrations. Any PBC family, people from the PBC family, anyone you know, at least, did you hear about it? You know there's a registration going on. We want to use the mediums as much as we have, but I am one of those who believe that if one of my brothers that I know, any member of the class that I could recall finding out that was in my year, for example, 1960-something, 1972, try and touch base. You heard about the film? Come on, get registered, get on board. We do not want to leave anyone out who is alive and would have attended the BBC not to be registered or involved in the 75th anniversary.
Okay. Well, I'm sure after the rededication ceremony on Friday and you have boys and men coming together after so many years, I'm almost sure we're going to see even more social activities coming up, because once you start reconnecting, you want to connect some more, and those connections are always fantastic. Either one, if you have 30 seconds to wrap, we're almost out of segment, what would you like to leave us with this morning?
Well, Brother Robinson, you can go ahead.
We are very thankful that you would have had us on this morning. We expect that GBN will give us as much support because we have a lot of information to follow. Immediately after the dedication, I think all the press are invited. So, and we have a very active and head of the PR committee, Dr. Bob, who operates out of New York. And I think we have to be very appreciative to all the press. And hopefully you'll be there tomorrow. On Friday. And that is where we will basically have the big kickoff. And we will just basically like to thank you in advance. And especially thank you this morning, Janelle, for hosting us.
Indeed. It was my pleasure. And now that I know that we've given land, we would like to get back some of our dividends and royalties. So we'll be in touch.
My dear, don't let the Bishop Harvey hear you going that way. He's very much into everything development of
Good morning, Bishop Harvey.
The education system.
Indeed.
So you might want to see putting the two schools together. We can't handle that. We already had girls in BBC.
I actually heard that. I actually learned that this weekend, listening to I think it was Kemron and somebody else on a different platform. I never knew there were girls at the BBC.
Yes, I wanted to make you said 30 seconds, but I wanted Brother Robinson to focus on it. Well, if time permits, for just a few more minutes.
You have another 30 seconds. We need to wrap this
problem.
one.
The boys and the girls school. In actual fact, it was, the sort of creation, the coming of the education system of the PRG and the like. And they were the Form 5s to do the A-levels at one point in time, certain subjects, students from the GBSS, students from St. Joseph's Convent, students from the other secondary schools actually went to the PBC to do their Form 6 studies before we had the establishment of the IFE. So I think it was that period of the mid-80s that the girls, or early 80s, they would have gone through. So we had girls, we had boys from other secondary schools. So in actual fact, PBC was one of the, at that point in time, and educationally, we seem to have been more focused on development. So it was no longer the schools were seen, especially during the PRG thing, it was education for all. So, it was at that period, PBC had the brighter girls from Joseph Convent coming in to be, so that we were part of the development too. And we still share. I mean, PBC, St. Joseph Convent, that bond will always be there, spiritually, mentally, and otherwise. So we were happy to have them join us. I think, I can't remember PBC boys going on to convent. It might have happened. We might find that out during the 75th. But we can proudly say, and mind you, the girls that went to PBC at that time, you remember what they're going in for Form 6? They have all been successful, no matter which part of the world they are, and they should be proud PBC girls.
PBC girls. I look forward to meeting them. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for coming on and sharing with us. We look forward to following and being part of the celebrations, including the rededication ceremonies tomorrow on Friday at 8:30 at the Presentation Brothers College. I'm sure New Connections will be reformed again. So we look forward to that ceremony and, of course, your year-long celebration. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us. Folks, it is 25 minutes on to 12. We take a quick break, but when we come back, we head down to the south of the island where Real Value IJ Supermarket, as usual, have something in store special for us. Stay with us on The Buzz.
You know, one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop, that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey.
This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
No, that's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
I don't know what you eaten, but let me go over to Cami and see what's going on at Real Value IGA Supermarket. Cami, good morning. Welcome.
And thank you. I feel like I haven't been here in a while.
Since last year.
Guys. Since last year.
I think so.
Today's the 18th?
Today, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, by now all resolutions made have been broken.
Well, I don't make resolutions.
You don't even make them. Okay.
Yeah, I don't make myself promises that I don't intend to keep.
Right. And I started with drink water and mind my business because it was trending, but water kind of fell off. I've been not minding so much. I've been drinking other things. But anyways, that's for a different conversation.
Yeah, just stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Just stay hydrated and mind your business. How about that?
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be water.
I'll work with that. I heard Priest this weekend saying drink wine. I could work with him.
Wine has water in it.
Yes. Again, everything inside it.
Yeah, man.
So what's going on? We see you in your online store shirt this morning.
Yes, it's here, online store. Just to remind people that the online store is still around. We're still taking orders. We don't have any problems right now. I know before we had, an overwhelming set of orders, but now we've fixed the situation so you guys can continuously be ordering all the time. As well, I think last year I had mentioned it too, that we don't have any delivery fees anymore. Mm-hmm. We just have a $5 handling fee for every transaction, and that's it. So you buy your groceries online. Remember, the website is www.realvalueiga.com. Sorry, realvalueiga.com. And then you just continue to shop. Or, I don't know, like by now, I think most of the people who we speak to, Janelle, should have signed up for online shopping already.
They should have.
Yeah, by now.
And I'm thinking, COVID cases spiking. I want to use the service even more, so they should have by now.
Yeah, I think so. It's been it's been over a year now, so I think everyone should have already signed up. But if you haven't, as I said before, you go realvalueiga.com, you click the top button that says sign in or sign up, and you start shopping right then and there. For the website, there's quite a bit of items that say where it belongs to. So we have like the deli. Deli is where you get your fresh cheeses, your meats, things like that to make your sandwiches to go to work. We also have the produce aisle where you get your vegetables. Remember, we have local and imported vegetables as well, right? So we have all these things on the website. You could shop by category. You could shop by dietary preferences. So if you on a low sugar diet, you could actually shop low sugar items in the supermarket, which to me is awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Can.
That is awesome.
I think so. So as soon as you open the website, on the left-hand side, you see there's a list of dietary requirements. So you could low sodium, low sugar, sugar-free, gluten-free, dairy-free. All these things are there for you to select, and you'll see the list of items under those categories. So that's amazing to me, honestly, because I know these days we're quite health conscious, So, I mean, that's great. And of course, as I said before, we deliver to the entirety of St. David's and St. George's for no charge delivery. And of course, it's not only delivery that we do for the online shopping. You can actually order your groceries and not have to come up to the supermarket. So we do curbside pickup. So you can order your groceries online, select what time you come in, call when you say you're coming, and then we'll bring the items, your boxes or your bags, outside the supermarket for you to collect. So everything is done online. And so for the people in St. Mark, St. John, St. Patrick's, who may not, be able to get deliveries because we only do it for St. George's and St. David's, you can actually pick up your items at the supermarket and not have to come inside the supermarket at all, right? So as I said, the online store is delivery and pickup. Of course, the supermarket is open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. So you're always welcome to come in. I know a lot of people like the hands-on approach where they go into the supermarket to select their things. I had numerous conversations with people that say, Kami, I don't want to do no online because I like to, the little interaction in the supermarket and I want to pick my things. And, maybe, the personal shopper is not going to shop good enough for me. I hear all sorts of arguments.
No, they want to come and squeeze every apple on the shelf. That's all. And I see them.
Yes,
I see them.
Yeah, I do understand. However, in these COVID times, I think, a lot of other people would not appreciate that kind of things. But to each his own, okay, guys? To each his own. All right. So a reminder too, guys, in February, just now we have a few weeks until February. Remember, we have Independence coming up and we have Valentine's Day coming up. So try to mentally prepare yourself for what you guys are doing. We have a long holiday because Independence Day actually falls on a Monday this year. So we have a long holiday coming up, guys. So what y'all doing? I know a lot of people usually go to the beach and everything like that. So remember, Real Value is always open and we have everything that you pretty much need for your beach outing, your family gathering, anything that you need, we have it available at the supermarket. We also have Valentine's Day. We are hoping to get some roses in the supermarket, some chocolates, some nice fancy wine, some steak, So if you want to take your dates out, or, it doesn't necessarily have to be a date or somebody you're dating, it could be, just showing love, extra love
and appreciation. Kami trying to make people fall in love again, huh?
Oh my gosh, the feeling of falling in love or being in love is awesome.
Yeah, it is. It
makes me smile. You have a extra pep in your step, everything like that.
And just a little show of appreciation, huh? You just a little show of appreciation, a little extra something. Exactly. It makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Exactly, and especially now, COVID has really been heavy on a lot of people. Even though you don't recognize it as such, like things are a little bit more dragging than they were before COVID, right? So, just something to kind of, give somebody a little, extra, well, what is that drug in your brain for the happiness hormone? Is it dopamine or serotonin? Anyway, one of them, that little, pep in your step, make you feel good, that little feel-good hormone, giving somebody something, makes them feel good and makes yourself feel good because it's better to give than to receive, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Okay?
It is.
And as I'm saying that, we also still have vouchers available, right? So you can purchase vouchers online to give a friend, give a neighbor, give a loved one, give somebody who's having a hard time. So we get them in, you have 100, 150, 175, 200, 300, 500. But you also have the ability to choose your own number. So even if you have like a little $25 and you want to give somebody so they can go to the supermarket and get a few items for their home, you can do that as well. So you can do it through the website or through our customer service desk at the supermarket as well. Give a gift. As we were talking about that feel good, happiness hormone, give something to somebody to help them out, to make them feel special, to make them feel appreciated, to make them feel blessed.
That's no, Camille.
I know I went on and
you talking facts. We don't mind. Facts.
I'm excited. I feel excited.
and it's been a difficult period for some people. It'd be nice to give somebody something. Yeah. We're with you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And as I said before, Real Value has all the things that you need. Remember, we have quite a variety of even specialty items, specialty places. Like if you want, we have local fresh chicken and that we usually butcher down. So if you want, for instance, you want to have, let's say, fowl foot, as we say, we actually sell those in our fresh meat department, right? So you can always go there. There's a little button right on the left-hand side as you stand in front of the showcase. You can actually press that button and ask for some assistance. That's one feature of the supermarket that we have that no one else really has. So you can see, your chicken or your beef, everything being butchered down right there in front of your eyes. And everything is sanitary, everything is fresh, and we take the most care with everything in there as well. Okay.
Fantastic. So in terms of your farmers list, are you looking for anything from the farmers this week?
Yes. So we are looking for bell peppers, beets, passion fruit, mandarin, tangerine, cabbage, purple, red, green cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli flower, yam, radish, Christophine, cantaloupe, Tanya, honeydew. And of course, if you're a livestock farmer, we're also looking for eggs and local beef as well.
Okay, fantastic. Okay. And again, the farmers... just reminding them that they need to have their farmer's ID. I was listening to the Prime Minister recently and, talking about pre-deal larceny and so. It's not going to happen at Real Value. You have to have your farmer's ID if you're coming with goods.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes. And if you have those items, the number to call is 405-4405, or you can call our main hotline, 439-2121, and you could ask to speak to the purchasing department, and they will guide you as well. All right. And don't forget, it's almost lunchtime. We have hot foods. We have food at the counter that's available for you to pick up quickly and go. All right. We have chicken, we have beef, we have rice, we have vegetables, we have corn. We have quite a number of items. Every day at Hot Foods is a Sunday meal in itself. All right. So go down to Real Valley Supermarket. As I said before, we have everything that you need from a full service grocery store. Right.
Indeed. I like that you tell me the menu last, because once you tell me the menu, I'm coming. You can't tell me anything after the menu. It's lunchtime. It's lunchtime.
It's before lunchtime.
But fantastic. Always, I always say Real Value. You're a supermarket of the 21st century, catering to our needs. I see your video is sticking. The video is done working, Gabby.
Every meeting.
Yeah. You're back with us?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, you were sticking there for a bit. So the deli is open. You have hot foods. What chicken is it? Is it baked chicken today?
We have baked chicken as well. Yeah, we have baked chicken as well. We have a number of chicken. I think we have chicken drumettes too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff. But everything is on our Facebook page. So it's already up on our Facebook page. So if I didn't go through every single item on the list, you could always view it on our Facebook page, or you could also call 439-2121, and they could read out the menu for you as well, if that's easier.
Fantastic. Cami, we want to thank you as per usual for coming in and sharing. Did we have a product this week? What's the product of the week?
Oh, we don't. Well, right now we have our super deals. We have IGA green beans, IGA black eyed peas, and IGA dark red kidney beans. You have quite a bit of savings. You have $3.60. All of these items are $3 currently.
Okay, wonderful.
So good pantry items to always have in your kitchen.
Indeed. Thank you so much for sharing with us, folks. Miss Camelia Brown from the Real Value IGA Supermarket. And as you heard quite a lot, take advantage of the online shopping. You don't need to be in the line rubbing elbows with everybody else. You can be safe at home, on the job, wherever you are, and you can shop. Take advantage. I'm telling you, it works. It's easy. It is safe. Thank you, Cami, for sharing with us. We leave it here today, folks. It is 10 minutes after 12. If you don't have lunch, if you didn't cook today, not a problem. You head on to Hot Foods and you get some really, really tasty things to choose from. Chicken, fish, beef, pork, whatever you want. It's there. Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll leave you today. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Continue to be safe. The midday edition of news comes up at the top of the hour. I'm Janelle. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Bye-bye.